that's for later. For right now, Laura Kampf and Simone Yates have this thing.
Basically, it's 3 dice, one that has objects, one that has materials, and one that has attributes or properties. So you can roll them to get like a very specific build brief and kind of have that as a starting point of brainstorming. And we did a project.
So, I like that idea, but I think that I can take that and build on it and take a good idea and make it worse. And so today we're going to be doing that. And the starting point for us is a very nice piece of mahogany that a friend of mine gave me that we're going to cut up into 3 cubes just like they had. I have a saw that won't work because it won't be straight enough, and I have another saw that also won't work because it also won't be straight enough, and we will lose a finger. So the first step is to go to Home Depot and buy a saw.
Beautiful.
Wow.
These plants. I just built a wall, so I need things which like droop over. Just window shop. This looks like some sort of alien.
Picking a saw actually took a lot longer than I expected, and at one point Ayush was maybe also going to get a saw, but eventually we settled on one and figured it out and headed home.
I'm gonna get a wider lens. It's on its way. I have ordered it. I think most of the life talking about is gonna be voiceover.
Oh yeah?
And it might be voiceover on this part. I don't know. Who's to say?
Well, I'm to say.
But yeah, I do like the idea of,
You got this, bud. Give it a shot.
you know, taking someone else's idea and making your own. And that's not, you know, I wouldn't make a career out of it, but for like personal projects and stuff, you do not have to come up with 100% original ideas every time. You can modify things and recreate things. And all of that is lovely. We should have gone to California and stolen Dad's saw. That would have been funny. I got my shop flops on. They're not the safest answer, but I don't think we properly introduced the cameraman for this video. His name is Ayush. He is my friend. Is that an adequate introduction?
I think it was perfect.
Ding. Ding.
Also, low battery.
Ding. Oh, I have other batteries. I bought boodles and this one's okay, it just catches my bun, but this is the one that Ayush was standing under, and he's gonna hit his head on it, so we'll cut back to this when you hit your head on it. Boodles.
Oh, I hit my head.
And again, the new lens will help with this. Okay. Do we square this up first
I think that might be a good idea.
and see where we end up?
Yeah.
We should be slightly more cleaned up, just in case. This is not my parking. That's my parking spot. This is not my parking spot. One sec.
These projects are considerably more fun for me when I get to hang out with a friend of mine while I do them. So shout out to Ayush for keeping me company and being my sounding board and helping out with this one.
I lost the wood. Are we sure this can't rumpus it? It feels like it might.
Do you want me to record our sort of discussion on this?
No, I believe you.
I like Video Mark's take on the lesson here. Obviously, we should all try to avoid plagiarizing, but there's a lot of room for riffing on people's ideas without copying them that can lead you down paths you might not necessarily have even known were there otherwise. And maybe someday, someone sees something that you did and can riff off of that, and the cycle can continue.
You are rounding the corners, yeah?
Also grabbed more than I thought it would. I wonder if we should be doing something differently.
So when I've used this before, I've waited for the solder to stop spinning while in the wood.
Ah, look at that.
Take
Everything's take one.
one.
Okay, so we have 3 perfectly cubic pieces of wood, as long as you don't look at them or feel them. They need to be sanded down briefly. We'll do like, you know, 1 good sand per side. Probably fine. People who complain about hand sanding are just bad at it. Okay, now we need to engrave them with the words that are gonna go on them. And I think how I'd like to do that is to tape off all of the faces and then engrave through the tape and then stain it and then take the tape off and then stain it with a lighter stain, or like just oil it, and that way the words will really pop. So they need to be taped next. And I have tape over mirror. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be flat where I'm gonna do the carving. One. I don't think you need to film all 3.
What if you come up with a life lesson on number 2?
No, the life lessons will be mostly in voiceover. Unless, wait.
Take 1.
Okay, so the perfectly cubic, don't look at them, wood blocks are taped up. Next step is to carve the words in to the wood into the words, the words into the words. I have an engraver. It's like a stippling machine. That's what I made this with. And I'm pretty happy with it. And it's not in my woodworking box. How? It's like a little pen. It almost looks like a tattoo gun, sort of. It's like a little blue guy. Beamer parts, toolbox, wrench set. This is what I call the bits box. Drill bits and 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 calipers. Oh, we can measure how cubic they are. I mean perfectly cubic, but we can confirm how perfectly cubic. Fluids. This is more beamer parts and more fluids. This is a welder, welding parts, spray paint, and a clamp. Where'd the other box go? This is rags and straps. And this is supposed to be PPE, but I usually keep it out nowadays. I gotta disguise. Oh, there it is. All right, we got the Dremel. Carved good things. Okay. I'm gonna clean up real quick. This is the casual.
Super cash.
I'm getting a wider lens. I'm gonna get a wider lens. It's on its way.
Take 1.
Okay. We measured the perfectly cubic cubes and the Perfect, so that's good. We have the engraver, we have them taped. Now I just gotta carve my little actions and activities and resources and whatever into them. Buzz. One down, was 23 to go.
Should I record all?
We'll do a sped up shot with like the slow zoom and the music playing over it. I just try to fit in the space. All right, do you need entertainment while I do this?
I can just go for a quick stroll. Come back.
Okay, yeah. Cameraman's gonna go for a walk. Give me what, 2 minutes aside? Give me 12 minutes. 10 minutes. I already did one. Maybe turning the speed up will help.
Get it? Turn the speed up, and then the video sped up. Anyway, come to think of it, I don't think Ayush ever came back from that walk. I hope he's doing okay. I was thinking about it. I don't think these are perfectly cubic. I think the calipers might be off. So I'm thinking we're gonna recut all 3 of them, all 6 sides of all 3 of them, which does mean I'll lose the words on the one that I already carved, but honestly I wasn't super happy with the engraver either, so I think I want to do maybe a bigger font and maybe move to an etching tool. This guy, little gouge tool. Carol really does have my sandpaper though. I have this piece of 80 and this piece of 120 and that's it. So we'll see if I can make them last. Recutting the cubes went super smoothly with the lessons learned from the day before. It's difficult to portray how long I spend on some of these steps in such a short video, so I'll try to give context. I think it ended up being about an hour per cube of sanding when I did it right the second time. I am much happier with these than the way they were before, so that's nice. Here I'm showing that if I tape onto some printed letters and then apply that to the cube, it gives me really great lines for tracing with the engraver. There are a lot of sped up shots and fades to black in here, and I thought it'd be nice to have one in real time of me just sitting at the vise. I spent about 3 hours each for 3 nights in a row sitting right here. I think the second hidden meaning for this video is to not settle if you don't have to. I knew I could make some really nice cubes in the end, and it would have been funny to have janky ones, but I'm so pleased that I put the time in. Did you see it? I realize that it's kind of silly to hide the thing that I'm showing you that I'm making, but I thought the ending of the video would be more poignant if I don't spoil it throughout, and I didn't really know how to show you without showing you. There were a lot of E's, so I got pretty good at that. Look at that guy. If fuse is to like melt 2 things together, combine 2 things, why is refuse to say no to something? And then why is refuse garbage? Do you ever get so zoned in that you forget to turn the music on and you're just sitting there with headphones on? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got a new camera. So you look a little different. So here, we'll sync the audio there. Now you look like this. I think you look good. So here we are, more sanding. As far as the video goes, I'm pretty pleased with it. I had 3 hours of footage to cut down, so it was a little longer than I was anticipating, but there was a lot of funny stuff with Ayush, and I didn't want to skimp on showing how much time I ended up actually spending on making these look as good as they do. I am enjoying the new format, the project-based. I'd like to have more other friends on, and I'd love to have Ayush back, and I'm having a really good time, and I appreciate all you guys watching and coming along and learning with me and dealing with some of it being a little janky. I miss my cameraman. So the cubes are done. All that's left is to roll them and see what our next project is going to be.